prolific crew of truck cargo hijackers has been hijacked themselves. Police scooped up a professional gang of traveling bandits who had an effective style, one part cat burglar and one part smash and grab. In essence, half artist, half thug. The mob reporter here with news of a highly mobile organized crew targeting transport trucks along the main highways of Europe and hijacking their cargo of luxury goods, from cognac and perfume to laptops and sneakers. Let me tell you about it. The bandits came at night, arriving quietly and quickly at rest stops and truck stops along Europe's highways and autobahns, slicing open the sides of the trucks as the drivers slept, and helping themselves to the cargo inside. The trucks were mostly hit in France and Germany. The bandits came mostly from Romania. Police said the gang was about 30 to 50 members strong and included hijackers, drivers, as well as fences, those who sell the stolen goods. They've been at work in Romania for at least 5 years, honing their skills before spreading out. They knew exactly what to look for and where to find it because, and here's the thing, many of them were professional truck drivers themselves, moonlighting, so to speak. I guess they thought the pay was better, or perhaps had better hours. It certainly wasn't the pension plan, unless they consider prison to be their retirement home. Their status as truck drivers, however, gave them an alibi for their travels and regular crisscrossing of Europe, and allowed them to get up close and personal with truckers on their journey, blending in and scouting out who had what in the backs of their trucks, where they were headed and where they were staying. The bandits would then gather at truck stops, compare their notes, and map out a job or two. The gang is dubbed what in English means the Tarpaulin Slashers, which is really just a description of their method rather than an actual name, but it sounds much more impressive in German, as most things do. The Germans call them the Planenschlitzer Bande, or something similar. Now, it didn't take a genius to come up with the plan, but still, it is more elegant, but not nearly as exciting as a previous plot by Romanian truck hijackers. Take this for instance. It's a gang of truck hijackers caught on video by Romanian police trying to pull off a Fast and Furious style heist while on the move, on the highway, and in hot pursuit of their target truck. This is pretty wild stuff. And certainly was way more dangerous than the hijinks of the Planenschlitzer Bande, who were nabbed this week. Once these guys got their lick, they packed it up in their own trucks and hightailed it back to Romania, where it was moved into the black market as quickly as possible. It was a coordinated police operation that took them down, authorities said on November 26, 2021. 57 houses, apartments, storage units, and vehicles were raided, 46 of them in Romania's region of Dâmbovița and 11 in Germany's Gütersloh, a little south of where most of the heists were taking place. At least 15 people were arrested, according to German police, all men between the ages of 22 and 39. Another 19 remain under investigation, and among those pinched were the bosses, Romanian police said. Investigators seized cash and piles of consumer goods in the raids, all of it likely stolen during the various heists. In Germany, for example, it was 50 boxes of expensive sports shoes and boxes of kitchen knives. In Romania, investigators seized 100 boxes filled with laptop computers, all new, 100 boxes of perfume and cosmetics, and piles of new TVs. 2 trucks were found, fully loaded with high-quality shoes and designer clothing. Here's what hit me hardest: box after box of expensive wine and bottles of cognac and Scotch whiskey. Romanian police told me the boosted goods include power tools, bicycles, tires, fuel, and lots of TVs and other electronics. They seized cash totaling only 20,000 euros, but the value of the recovered goods soared to more than 2.5 million euros. That's a little under $3 million US. The loss and damage from all of the boosts the gang is blamed for over a year and a half will be several times that. Officials describe the economic loss as enormous. The gang had been preying on trucks stopped at rest areas along two major German highways, Autobahn 2 that cuts from the west to the outskirts of Berlin, and Autobahn 30. Most of the heists were in the region that borders the Netherlands. And in France, Autoroute 10, the A10, the longest motorway in France, stretching from south of Paris to Bordeaux. The gang focused on the south-central stretch near Orléans, 70 miles from Paris. That's the city made famous in the 1400s when Joan of Arc saved the French from a siege by the British Army. I doubt the bandits appreciated the history of the place, but they certainly would be gleeful at the constant flow of trucks crossing through in modern times. The bandits regularly checked their vehicles to make sure there were no trackers or monitoring devices on them. When police realized they couldn't use trackers to follow them, they brought in drones and drone pilots from the French military. The gang didn't seem to use violence. They didn't need to. I suspect the snoozing truckers, if they heard anything, were smart enough to pretend they didn't. After all, it isn't their stuff being nicked, it's their employers. I suspect they get paid all the same. I'm always suspicious, however, and it isn't beyond reason to suspect that some of the truckers were in on it. In truck cargo booths in America, for instance, truckers have been known to tip off their neighborhood mobsters to a particularly valuable load, then feign surprise when mobsters stop to hijack it. They'd get a small cut afterwards. Policing and government officials praised this operation and pointed to it as an example of cross-border cooperation to match the border-hopping gangsters who preyed on Europe's motorways. For them, this may be the end of the road. Thanks for watching.